Dude, yep, yeah, yeah. Oh, I better zip up. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everyone doing today? How are you all doing today? Welcome to another Walking with Purpose live stream live from Red Morton Park because I came out here at about 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 7 Eastern, and it gets dark around 4:45 or 4:50 now, or right around 5 o'clock. It gets dark, or shortly before that time. And there are lights here, so I can do 3 laps and get my walk in and hang out with some of the most amazing people that I've met out here through this wonderful platform that I truly love and enjoy, YouTube. And obviously, I love and enjoy this platform because I'm here all the time. And I appreciate and respect this platform and what they have to offer. And I emphasize, appreciate, and respect what this platform has to offer. Now, I want to make sure that the audio is coming through nice and clear and it's coming through my furry ball. Can somebody verify that my audio is coming through? Can you hear me tap this? Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Lewis was in the chat earlier. Lewis says, good evening, Eli. Good evening to you as well, Lewis. Sorry to hear about what's going on with your dog. My best wishes for you. We were talking behind the scenes. I didn't really get too much of a chance to get into too much detail because I've had a pretty busy day already. I'll explain more about that here in just a little bit. It is cold. It is cold. It is cold. Can somebody verify that I'm coming through loud and clear? Let me know. We got 10 in the box. 5 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out on your community tabs. Please share it on social media. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Reddit's a great place to share things. If you're a part of the Reddit community, that's a great community right there. Hey, Goose Sports, can you hear this? The tap of my fingers here on the microphone? Let me know if you just heard that. I want to make sure my audio is coming through my headset and not my onboard audio. Thank you, Goose Sports. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show. Happy holidays to you and your family. Hey, Casey. How are you, Casey? Hey, Eli. Long time no see. Hope you and the missus are doing well. Yes, we're doing phenomenal, actually. We are doing phenomenal. She's at my place. I'll explain more about that in a little bit here. I have a lot of updates to catch up with you folks. Took the entire day off yesterday. Change of plans. Lots of good things happening in our neck of the woods, and hopefully same for you folks as well. It's by the way, it's 55 degrees right now. I've got my spider gloves on. Spider. Man. Yeah, it's a little nifty, a little chilly. Yeah, last night it got down to like below 40 degrees. It was like 37 degrees overnight. And it's one of the coldest nights that we've had here in Redwood City and in the Bay Area in quite some time. Oh, man. Thank God for central heating, right? I just can only imagine how people lived back in the days before all of these modern appliances we have and utilities we have. You know, to bring natural gas into your home, to be able to have central heating in every room, and bring you up to about 70 degrees when it's like below 40 outside or even colder. People used to light fires by rubbing sticks together, right? I mean, we got homes with insulation, right? And central heating and air conditioning, and we're damn spoiled nowadays, you know what I mean? I mean, How did people live back in those days? People back in those days had to fight for survival, right? Nowadays, everything is like handed to you. Everything has become a convenience that we take for granted, right? It's become a convenience that we take for granted. But see, I'm one guy that never takes anything for granted. Yeah, have I taken things for granted before in the past? Yes, but I've owned it. And I've apologized for it, but I try to do my very best. Let me pass on by here real quick. I got a couple of kids and their mother over there. But yeah, I don't take things for granted. So today, what is this, episode number 435? Somebody look to see which episode is this of Walking with Purpose Live. I think it's episode number 435, right? Today, we're going to be discussing you only get back what you put out. Be good to each other. The topic today is you only get back what you put out. And this is something that myself, thank you. Hey, Coach Jairam, how you doing, bro? It's a great day, isn't it, Coach Jairam? It is a great day, Coach Jairam. Yes, I read you loud and clear on that one, Coach Jairam. It's I don't know, Coach Jairam. I'm actually feeling tremendously good today. Just because I want to feel tremendously good, bro. You know, Coach Jairam, you only get back what you put out, right? Would you agree, Coach Jairam, that you only get back in life what you put out, right? And see, Coach Jairam, I'm a firm believer in the phrase, treat others the way you'd want to be treated, right? What goes around comes around, right? Work hard, play hard for sure. Coach Jairam, is it cold in your neck of the woods, man? I know 55 degrees is nothing for you folks back east, right? Or in the Midwest or the South, right? You get that sub-zero weather sometimes or sub-30s weather, right? Us Californians, it gets below 60 and we're like, man, we got our gloves on, we're layered up. How's it going?
Coach Eli, I missed you.
Missed you too, guys. Somebody knew my name too. That's great. Dude, riding on a bike, waved at me, I waved at him. Probably one of those kids from the past, right? And he was like, Coach Eli, I missed you. I do. I missed you guys too, man. It's all good, right? We're in a better place now, right? Deja vu, right? Do you know what? He biked on by. He was respectful. He just said, Coach Eli, I missed you. And he's going home to enjoy his Friday evening, right? With no drama, right? And if I didn't have these gloves on right now, my fingers would be like ice cold. I can feel the cold trying to penetrate these spider gloves, but it's not getting all the way through because they're excellent touch gloves. Spider gloves are great. I found a great deal on these when Costco was clearancing them out last year. But you want some good touch gloves to walk around in? Go look at Spider. These are phenomenal. And they fit great. And they work well on your screen. I mean, as with any touch gloves, you know, you may have to tap it a few times, right? But they work quite well. Nothing better than your bare fingers, right? It's kind of like using a condom for intimacy. Nothing better than the real thing, but sometimes you have to use the glove, right? Right? Remember those days where we used to say no glove, no love? Anyway, got 16 people here, 7 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Please, again, smash the thumbs up and share this out on your community tab. Share it out. Share it out on social media. Also, make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications. You must be subscribed in order to chat. Once you subscribe, there's no waiting period. You can chat right away as long as you follow my rules, which are simply no trolling, no attacking, no hating, and no self-promoting or spam. If you're a moderator, you have a little more flexibility. I give you freedom of reign to promote what you want as long as it's within the terms of service, no problem. And as long as we're not promoting, you know, hateful and abusive things and stuff like that, we're all good, right? And then just follow YouTube's community guidelines like it states in the chat, and you're good, right? You see, you follow those rules right there, and you'll never have any problems, right? You'll never have any problems. I don't. Also, by the way, folks, if you're feeling as good as I'm feeling today, and you're in a giving mood, it's a holiday season, and you would like to support the content my lady and I create here on this channel, we would appreciate your donations. If you feel you're getting value from the content, you can donate in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of many ways here on this channel. You see that dollar sign at the bottom of the chat there? That's called the Super Chat and Super Sticker, right? It's a great feature that monetized channels have on YouTube channels for their live streams where their, fans can donate through the Google YouTube system, and it'll put a highlighted message in the chat with the amount of your donation, and we can have we can celebrate it together, right? And appreciate it together, right? So feel free to use the Super Chat or the Super Sticker if you'd like on the pre-recorded videos or live stream replays. You can also donate through what's called the Super Thanks program on YouTube, another part of the YouTube partner program. Wherever you see that little heart with thanks in the middle, that's called the Super Thanks. And again, it's available on live stream replays and pre-recorded videos once the content is processed. So once these live streams end, they have to still go through a process. Even though you can watch the replay typically after they end, shortly after they end, sometimes it takes up to 12 hours for these live streams to process. Once they're done processing, the Super Thanks heart will show up underneath. And you can even donate in the comments section. And it'll highlight your comment. It'll highlight your comment in the comments section with the amount you sent that Super Thanks on. Let me see here. I gotta wait. I'm gonna go this way because there's some dude on a bike over there, and he's blaring loud music that I'm assuming is copyrighted. Like, that's just something that really drives me nuts, right? So we're gonna cut through another way, right? No problem. I know every detour in this park. I grew up here. This is the park I played Little League Baseball at. And AYSO soccer at, right? You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal if you prefer. Nightbot sharing my Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes in the chat, or just go to paypal.me/Coach Eli, paypal.me/Coach Eli, or sorry, paypal.com/Coach Eli. I think you can do the .me as well. Or on Cash App, you can go to $ the real Coach Eli. Once again, that's $ the real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. Wait for these people to pass on by in the tennis courts. Typically, I don't walk through the park, I walk around it, but there was a kid over there on a bike with a backpack, and they were blaring music, probably through a device we used to call the ghetto blaster back in the days. Remember the ghetto blaster? Those things they used to take D batteries. They had big speakers, right? It took like 6 to 8 D batteries, big D batteries, to power that son of a gun, and it was heavy. And people would carry them on their arms, like the hoisting of the boombox, right? By Kuzak. Anyway. And our good buddies, Redwood City Police, is over here, so it's all good. I love it when PD is here. You feel safe. They're watching over our wonderful city. But anyway, so let me update you folks on some things that I was going to update yesterday. Whoops. But I ended up taking the day off. So yesterday, my lady wasn't feeling too well, regarding, the stuff that's been going on with her daughter. And, we had a phone call scheduled in the morning with my lady's mother. And we were on for a few hours. And I just figured everything was going to be all good, but after that, my lady just still wasn't feeling good. And I understand why she wasn't feeling good. I really do, right? When you really care about somebody you're with, you're going to do whatever it takes to help them get better and feel better, right? People are just playing in the middle of the walkways nowadays, or today actually, which is what I'm trying to say. So I have to walk around in different ways. So don't mind me. Maybe the second lap around will be a little easier and less distracting, right? But yeah, my lady wasn't feeling too well. And she's just not happy in the town that she lives in. I don't blame her. I mean, she's cool with all her friends. Everything is good with her friends. But she just wants to get out of that town and be with me and, be in a better place. I can't blame her, right? And it was raining. It was raining pretty good yesterday. And my lady really wanted me to come and get her a day early. And I said, okay, I'll do it, but it's going to be raining part of the way there. I saw the forecast, and I'm just going to have to drive safe. I just knew, the challenge it would be to get to where she's at, because she's a little over an hour away from where I'm at, right? So that pretty much canceled all my content plans for yesterday. And I care about this woman, and she's my business partner, and without her, it's like I don't want to do this without her, Her and I have been creating something great here. At least that's what we feel. You can tell us how you feel. We've been creating something great here for the last, 6 to 8 months or so, since she started doing content with me here on my second channel, which is now my live streaming channel here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. I just I just said, okay, I'm not going to do any content. I'm going to go pick up my lady and bring her back. And she's probably never going to go back again. I mean, she's got to go back to get her stuff, but the move that we're making is becoming very real. I don't think she's ever going to spend another night again in the place she's at. It's just about, getting her dogs over, situating my place for her dogs, and also getting the rest of her stuff out of her place. So I was driving out to pick her up. I'm going to wait for this guy to go because he's taking the same path I'm taking. I was driving out to pick her up, and there was no rain for about the first, I'd say, half of the drive or so, a little more than the first half of the drive. And then the last, 40 minutes of the drive, it started to come down. And I was driving on the freeway, and traffic stopped all of a sudden. And I was in the right lane. Whenever there's rain, I'll try to drive in the right lane in case I need to pull over or something. If it's too crazy to drive or you can't see, you can pull off an exit or pull off to the side, right? You've got to be proactive when you're driving in, hard rain or snow or whatever, right? You got to be proactive, because if not, you can make a mistake that could, affect your life or the life of others, right? So I was driving. About 50 minutes into the drive, I had about maybe another 40 minutes to go or so. Something like that. And there was a little traffic, so, there was, going to be close to a 2-hour drive. Traffic stopped. They were all coming to the right side. And then as I got closer to where people were merging over, I saw a car had spun out in the left lane. It must have hit the center divide. There was no other car involved. It was one car. And the front end was kind of messed up, but the rest of the car was intact. And what I assumed happened was that car was either going too fast, had bald tires or not enough tread on their tires for rain, or a combination of both. And that's one thing, folks. Make sure that you check your tire pressure regularly. A lot of the cars nowadays, like mine, they'll electronically check it for you, which is fine, but you always want to physically look. And you always want to check your tread. Typically, I believe if the head of a quarter can fit in the grooves of your tires, you have enough tread, because you need enough tread to channel out the water. When you're driving in rain, especially heavy rain, right? You're channeling a lot of water out, right? And channeling that water out is what keeps your tires from losing traction. You have reduced traction when you're on rain. It's pretty common sense, but people don't think about it. That's why I talk about these things, right? So I got past the accident, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit, because I'm saying it's starting to rain hard, and it's hard in that area where I was driving. It was hard to see. There aren't as many lights on the roads, right? And then one of the freeways to get to my lady's place really has no lights throughout most of it, right? So I get onto the freeway, the last freeway to get to my lady's place, right? It's a dangerous freeway where lots of accidents have happened in the past. And it's pitch dark, raining hard, right? I get on there, it's 55 zone. I was going 35 miles an hour the entire way. And I had to use my headlights most of the entire way. Even though there was traffic on the other side, I just couldn't see. I drove 35 miles per hour. The cars behind me weren't honking at me. They weren't flashing their high beams. Everyone was just trying to make it through safely, because they know how dangerous that road is, or how dangerous it is to drive in rain. So I ended up getting to our place, and we looked at the weather report. I've got the Weather Channel app, and you look at the forecast to see when it's going to clear up. You can look at the radar. It's pretty cool, right? We got the technology. Why not use it, right? And drive back when it's safe. And I saw that, after 8 o'clock, it was going to be completely clear. So we waited till after 8 o'clock, and then got on the road and headed back to my place, and my lady's safe and sound back with me. Her dogs are at her place. They're being taken care of by her friends and her landlord because she lives in a separate part of the house. It's an in-law unit that she rents from her landlord, a good long-time friend of hers. That car's really blaring that music. And her and I had a wonderful night last night, and we've had a wonderful day so far today. And I will tell you, my lady she just seems so happy. You know, I am glad to be taking her away from the area where she lives, where she doesn't feel comfortable at, and coming into a more comfortable and safe environment. And this woman deserves that. She's a great woman. She's intelligent, she's smart, she's intuitive. And I want to put her in the safest place possible because together, her and I are going to continue to help people out here on this platform like we have through our coaching business and the YouTube platform here, and soon other platforms too. But this is our main platform, YouTube. We love YouTube, right? And there's a lot more breakthroughs her and I had today. Maybe her and I, there she is, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Thank you, my love. Did you hear all that, babe? Am I coming through clearly? Can you hear me coming through can you hear this? Let me know, baby. It's 52. I'm in shorts. It's not that much colder where you're at. And you're in shorts. Well, because that's not cold for you folks where you're at, J-Ron. For you folks, you're used to like sub 30 weather, right? You're used to freezing weather, which is what, below 30, 32 and below is freezing, right? 32 below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. For us Bay Areans, San Francisco Bay Areans or Californians, I mean, like I've said, no disrespect to anyone else, and we're not trying to show up. And I'm admitting we're spoiled with our weather, so it gets down to 55, and we're like gloves on, extra layer of shirts, sweats, thermals, right? Thicker socks. I'm nice and cozy right now. So yeah, my lady and I have a lot more coming. I don't know if she's going to join me on any shows over the weekend. I'm going to be doing some streams, walking and in-studio streams over the weekend. Got some people coming. But I don't know if she's going to be joining me or not. But I'll be definitely doing some more shows. And who knows, she may just want to pop in at any minute. I just leave it up to her. And she'll share more about what we discussed today. Like, we had a lot of breakthroughs regarding her situation with, her daughter. She had some more breakthroughs within herself. She's really beginning to realize how her being a real strong empath like myself can be consuming her life if she allows it to. And there's nothing wrong with being an empath. I've always been an empath. But I used to let the fact that I'm an empath towards everyone, I have empathy towards everyone, consume my life because I would constantly focus on other people's issues and things they're going through at the expense of taking care of myself. And again, there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with caring about others and giving everything you've got to help others, as long as you're taking care of yourself first. You cannot do this at the expense of yourself or your own sanity, right? And that's what's been happening to her. That's why she reacts all the time, because she gives so much and no one gives anything back. Well, people do. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's got people that love her, but even people that love me or love anyone, right? Most people don't reciprocate even if they consider yourself a good friend of theirs, right? You just can't expect reciprocation. What goes around will come around eventually in the end, right? Just like the topic of this show. You only get back what you put out. Be good to each other, right? Eventually, you will always get back what you put out. It may not come back right away, good, bad, or indifferent, but it'll come back to you, right? People that do bad shit, that get away with it for a while, eventually, it'll catch up to them, right? And people that do good things that don't get reciprocation, eventually they'll get the reciprocation. And it typically happens when you least expect it, right? You've all heard that. Things happen when you least expect them, right? So just keep going on and being you, right? Now, another thing, we're on lap 2 right now. Another thing I want to update you folks on regarding the story I shared the other day with the way that my lady's daughter's fiance treated my lady. Threatened her with a restraining order and this and that, right? And I was mentioning that I was going to do a stream yesterday, and at the beginning of the stream I was going to mention, how I'm going to handle it. I was mentioning I'm going to step in and handle this personally. I made a decision, and my lady and I have both made this decision that we're just going to leave him alone. I was able to sit down with my lady and get her to understand that, this has nothing to do with you or any of your side of the family, babe, or even your ex-husband's side of the family, which is your daughter's father. This more so has to do, in my opinion, with the family of the fiancé. Because the family of my girlfriend's daughter's fiancé is the only part of the family that's shut up my lady. Sorry, client calling back. Yeah, no worries, bro. Come and go as you wish. No problem. You can catch what you missed on the replay. No problem. If you'd like, no big deal, man. But thank you. Thank you for your kindness, Coach Eli. Happy holidays to you and your lady. It's the holiday season, December 2nd. I'm going to be 49 years old in 16 days. Shit. 15 days, actually. So yeah, it basically, from what we figured out, and I figured out, helped my lady figure out, it's basically my lady's daughter's fiancé side of the family, because not even her ex-husband has shut her out. Like my lady can contact her ex-husband anytime when it's involving their kids, even though their kids are grown. He's been available. And yeah, I've said some things about her ex-husband in the past, but I've learned more since that point, right? I've also spoken with my lady's mother. Hey, Ginny Ann, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Happy holidays to you and your family. I still need to get to Facebook and get to you there and mod you. I think I'll do that tonight before another live stream I'm going to be doing later tonight from the studio. About maybe 2.5 to 3 hours after this one ends. So my lady and I decided that we're just going to let him be. They got to figure this out on their own. The reason why I was just really upset initially, and I'm still bothered by it, but I'm not as upset. The reason why I felt that way initially is because what I care about is how my lady feels. If my lady's feeling crappy over anyone else, I'm going to shut that shit down quick. I am. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be a family member. You can be my brother. You talk smack about my lady, I'm going to shut that down real quick. And that's not white knighting or anything. That's standing up for your woman. Right? But now that my lady's feeling better about it, because she more so understands why this is happening and that it's not her fault. Now, don't get me wrong. To a certain extent, parents are going to feel responsible for raising their kids. Sure, I get that. But for the most part, this is not her fault. Her daughter's a grown-ass 27-year-old woman. Her daughter's fiancé is a 34-year-old grown-ass men. And if they're both going to act like 2-year-olds, that's not my woman's responsibility. That's not even her ex-husband's responsibility. That's the way these kids are choosing to show up nowadays, right? That's a great choice. Stand back and wait. The kiddo will find our way back. They always do. I'm mourning a loss. Nothing to do with your daughter, right, baby? You're mourning a loss from someone that your daughter used to date that had a kid. And then this guy, a 28-year-old guy, a year older than your daughter, this guy passed away in a motorcycle accident. A few days ago. Just shared the story, or are you asking me to share the story, baby? Is that what you're saying? I kind of just did. Were you asking me to share the story? Sandra Palacio. Sandra, do you like my Spanish accent impersonation of your name? Sandra Palacio's in the house. How you doing, Sandra? J-Rom says, hey, Ginny and Sandra. He was 29. Oh, dear D, says Ginny Ann, we are here for you and very sorry for your loss. I sent you the article. You sent me the article privately, right, baby? Let me see. Thank you, baby. Ginny Ann says, hey, Coach J-Rom. And hey, Sandra. Yeah, so my lady has been mourning that loss. And when we were talking with my lady's mother yesterday, my lady and I, when we were talking with her mother was kind of a little upset at the fact that my lady was letting this get to her. Because it's someone that's not a part of the family. It used to be someone that my lady's daughter used to date. And my lady's mother's granddaughter used to date, right? And her mother's right, but the bottom line is my woman is an empath. She's a strong empath. She cares about everyone in general, and that's why I love her. So I understand. And, you know, even though she spent time with this little girl when her daughter, you know, was dating this guy, and maybe a little bit after that time, she still cares. She cares about the best overall interests of everyone. And this is why I'm with this woman, because I'm an empath too. J-Rom, you know I'm an empath. You've said that before, and you are too. But you know, for me, like, I care about everyone. The problem is you can't let it consume you, right? You can't let it consume you, because you won't be able to function in everyday society, to be able to make money to survive, to work, and then to enjoy good times with other people, right? I've had to learn to have empathy for people without letting it consume my days. So now when I hear about somebody passing away, I give my condolences. I do have empathy. I do feel bad, but I gotta move past it and keep them in my thoughts and prayers. And that's it. You can't let it consume you all day, every day. You're not going to be able to function. She is a child that lost the only parent that cared. Right? And you told me her mother is a drug, I'm not going to say the derogatory phrase that could get me demonetized, because, you know, I don't want to get demonetized here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. I don't want to get demonetized on either of my channels. Yeah, her mother's an addict. Let's put it there. That's professional, right? That's within the YouTube terms of service, right, baby? And it also follows YouTube's monetization policies, right? Speaking of which, I'm going to be talking about some monetization changes at YouTube. Some things have transpired recently. And I want to update you folks on that. So that way, if you are a monetized channel on YouTube or you plan on becoming monetized, this is what's going to get you monetized and or keep you monetized if you already are monetized, right? Well, let me just get to that right now, and then I'll answer more questions in the chat. So, there was a video released by the Creator Insider channel I've been following for it's been around for 3, almost 4 years. I've been following that channel since it was released. And that's where I get all my information. There's somebody on the policy teams and the monetization policies team. His name is Connor. He does the videos typically once per week to update us. And he does a phenomenal job, right? So, effective immediately a couple days ago when they released that, there were some updates to YouTube's ad-friendly monetization policies. Now, they're not going to affect me because I follow the policies, all of them. I'm just a good, decent dude that presents things professionally, respectfully, and maturely, right? Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. Hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Holly, channel member and moderator. Ginny Ann's a channel member. Welcome. Again, Ginny, and she'll be a moderator soon. Just have to get to it. I've been consumed with things that my lady and I have been working on, so I'll be able to get to it tonight. There were 5 aspects that were updated in YouTube's monetization policies, like sensitive events and stuff like that. But there was one update policy that may affect many creators. It won't affect me. And that's their policy regarding profanity. They updated that. So basically, it hasn't really even changed. But Connor said it did. He said videos with profanity in the first 7 seconds are not eligible for monetization. They will get the limited or no ads, right? The yellow icon, right? What have I been saying for the longest time? Never swear at the beginning of your videos, right? I would always, if you're going to throw an F-bomb or 2 down in the right context, that is, I would always wait for at least 5 minutes. But, you're safe as long as you don't do it within the first 7 seconds. Now, context does matter. It depends how you use the F word, how you use the profanity. Are you using it as a positive expression, or are you using it in hateful ways? That's the big difference right there that people don't understand, right? In addition, what Connor was saying about the new profanity update to the monetization policy is that repeated profanity throughout the video can be demonetized, meaning the yellow icon, not suitable for most advertisers. Can be, doesn't mean it won't. It all depends on the context, right? So even if I'm using the F word to express how happy I'm feeling, effing great, right? Let's just say that, right? If I were to say I'm feeling effing great, right? If I said it 10 times in a row, like that, even in the right context, I would probably get demonetized for that. Now, their system would have to catch it or someone would have to flag it, right? But that's what he's talking about, right? If I were to, every 5 minutes, say I feel effing great, that'd probably be fine. I think what YouTube is looking for is for people to be positive, and if people use some profanity positively every few minutes or every 5 minutes within their videos, as long as you're having a natural conversation and you're not just rapid firing F-bombs every 2 seconds, you'll be fine, right? But they have made changes to the monetization policy. And what that's telling me is it's this time of the year where they're starting to, review channels that are currently in the YouTube Partner Program for continued inclusion in the YouTube Partner Program, meaning that they are looking to see if these channels are following monetization policies by manually going to these channels and seeing if they're still ad friendly or not. And people that are not following the guidelines anymore will get removed from the YouTube Partner Program. So that was a very interesting video on the Creator Insider channel that was released a couple days ago. I would highly suggest, even if you're a consumer of content, especially if you're a creator that wants to monetize your channel, right? Go subscribe to the Creator Insider channel, CREATOR space INSIDER, Creator Insider. Subscribe, make sure you bang the bell, and select all notifications. You want to do that to every channel that you want to get notifications on, because if not, you're just not going to probably know when they put out a video, because there's just so much stuff going out here on YouTube. You got to tell YouTube what you want if you want to get it, right? So yeah, that's another update there. Excuse me. Everybody loves Coach Eli, right? I love what I do. I love this, And it's only when I come to Red Morton Park because it's such a wide open space. I was going to go to the other trail today, but I had just so much to do before getting to this stream. My lady and I have been talking and working on a bunch of other things, so I just couldn't make it out there. Tomorrow, I will more than likely, well, it's probably going to rain most of the day, but if I can find a break in the rain, I will end up going to the trail tomorrow to do a walk. If not, you may get a couple of, in-studio streams instead. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, I love Coach Eli. We're going to make Coach Eli a household name, right, baby? And when we get you out there, we're going to make you a household name, too. So, what else? What else is going on? What else is new? Maybe I can talk a little bit about the breakthrough that my lady and I had about her today. Because the more and more I talk with my lady, especially when she's at my place and she feels safe and comfortable, the more we just can figure out. It's amazing, right? He is my favorite coach. Not Coach Corey Wayne, baby. Baby, if I'm your favorite coach, you're my business partner. If I'm your favorite coach, babe, is that a biased or unbiased opinion, baby? Which one is it? Be honest, babe. She'll probably say it's biased and unbiased. That would probably be the most honest answer to say, baby. But yeah, so nope, you are wiser. Okay. Do you remember that sitcom called Coach? Yeah, with Craig Nelson, right? That was Craig Nelson, right? If I remember correctly. Craig T. Nelson, if I remember correctly. Craig T. Nelson, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I get that right? The show Coach with Craig T. Nelson. Yes. Of course I remember Coach. That was a great show with Craig T. Nelson. Is Craig T. Nelson still around? Can somebody Google search and see? I mean, I haven't heard of him. Everyone seems to be passing away in the world of Hollywood nowadays, but I haven't heard of anything from him. So someone do a wiki search or do a Google search and look under Wikipedia. How old is Craig T. Nelson now? Is he like freaking 75 or something? Jenny, oh, me too. I was honking and waving back to Holly. LOL. Yeah, of course. Last lap, folks. It's time to take the shades off. Give me a second here. I don't want my headset to fall off while I do this. And it's hard to put back on. There's still enough light out here. Give me a second. Got to zip this up. It's hard to do with gloves, you know. Almost there. All right, cool. I got to protect my new Ray-Bans, you know. Make them last another 9+ years like the last set, right? I'm going to go for 10 years this time. I'm going to see if I can have these until I'm a senior citizen. I'll still be walking with purpose, right? It'll be Walking with Purpose episode number 2500 by that point, right? And I'll still be here on these same channels because they will never ever get demonetized or be removed for hateful and abusive content or cyberbullying and harassment. Oh, man. Yeah, so my lady and I had a breakthrough because she's a really, really big empath. Love Modern Family, says my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. He was in Modern Family for a long time. Yeah, he's still alive. How old is Craig T. Nelson? Is he like 75 years old right now? Anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, my lady and I had a breakthrough because she's such an empath. I said 78. Sorry, babe, I missed it. Let me scroll up. 78 years old. Sorry, baby, I missed it. I'll tell you then, these gloves are keeping my fingers nice and warm. Cool. Holly says yes, 78. I figured out that I know my lady's had a gift. The reason why I'm with her is because she's very intuitive like myself. And my lady and I are very much in alignment. You know when they say like the stars, the sky and the stars align, the stars align in the sky, I mean, you know? Like my lady and I, our stars align, right, baby? I mean, I'm not seeking your validation, but you know what I'm saying. I'm sure you agree, right? So I get where she's coming from. And I know she loves the medium field, meaning that, you know, there are people out there called mediums that can feel and read, you know, what you're going through, right? They have great instinct, great intuition, right? My lady's had a medium for quite a while now. But now that she's been a part of the YouTube community, we've found a couple of other mediums. Ginger, out of the box, I believe it's Out of the Box with Ginger is a channel, right? Out of the Box with Ginger and, you know, Tam Tam's channel, right? They're both mediums, right? I said, baby, I think this is your calling here. I think you were meant to be a medium. Maybe we can get you together with Tam and Ginger, and maybe all three of you women can go into business together. I can create you a website or whatever, right? I can do all that, right? I can get it all set up. It's real simple because I've done it for my own business, right? Waiting for that person to cross. Because my lady kept saying, like, I feel like I have no purpose. Like, she's, like, and I get it. She's a lady. My lady's a wonderful lady. And, you know, Right now, she's working for me. She's working for the business here, right? Because she's not working a corporate job or anything else. Baby, you're an entrepreneur. You are working. You're working with me. And you're all good, right? I think your purpose could be to be a medium and start a legitimate business, because a lot of people that do this type of stuff, like palm reading and mediums, a lot of these people are phonies and frauds, but you're not. And neither is Tam, and neither is Ginger. You know, all three of you women, Babe, you, Tam, and Ginger, you know, the Tam channel, and then is it Out of the Shadows with Ginger? Out of the Shadows with Ginger, right? Not Out of the Box, Out of the Shadows with Ginger, right? Forgive me. She's a moderator here. I keep forgetting the channel name. Out of the Shadows with Ginger and Tam and my lady. Like, all of you, this is your purpose. This is your calling. But none of you are doing it as your main gig or even really working the side gig. This is your calling. This is what you should be doing. Holly's an empath too. Holly, you could be a medium too. Holly, you are very intuitive, just like my lady and the rest of these women. You are. Like Holly, you ladies could all go into business together, right? And all you need is a website. I can create the website. And you ladies just create your packages and do this. And help people. That's why I love you, Holly, says my lady respectfully, maturely, and professionally, right? You too, D, says Holly to my lady. So that's the breakthrough that my lady and I had today. And she's feeling amazing. You know, I told my lady, I said, look, babe, you're a strong empath, and that's great. But you've been letting it affect your everyday life. It's affecting all other aspects of your everyday life because you care so much about everyone that it comes at the expense of your own self-love and self-care, right? And that's why I spend so much time to uplift my lady and boost her up, because she deserves it, right? She's a real good and real humble woman. And every now and then when she lashes out, she's not lashing out because she's not the B word. She's not a female dog. You know, she may come off like that, but that's just a reaction because she helps other people so much and gets shitted on, so it hurts. So she's just reacting, but she's even getting better at not reacting. Especially if we're going to do this professionally right here on YouTube or the internet, we got to become strong, whether we're men or women, and not react or overreact to people not reciprocating for the things we do for them. We need to do these things as acts of kindness and not expect anything in return. And in the long run, it'll all come back. Trust me, it all comes back in the end, because you only get back what you put out, right? Like the top of this stream, in life, you only get back what you put out. So be good to each other, right? You want people to be good to you, you got to be good to them. And you only get back what you put out. It doesn't come back right away, but eventually it does. I have been watching Ghost Whisperer all day and connecting with my supernatural support. Okay. Fair enough. You know what? Baby, what are you thinking for dinner tonight? I could probably pick up some dinner on the way home. I'll run a couple errands after Wow. The sky is like lit up. Like, oh my God, look at this. Look at this. I think the sun is reflecting. Oh my God, this is cool. It's like red, purple. Is that a fire? I hope that's not a fire. Or is that just the sun and the way it's reflecting in the sky? Oh my gosh. I mean, the light, the sky just lit up and it's supposed to be getting dark, but it's like really bright. We've been on for exactly 1 hour, almost 1 hour and 1 minute. Well, I could go for some orange chicken, but from Cali, it would be a $250 delivery fee. Only $250. Yeah, only $250. So, folks, I've got a great show planned for tonight, but I'm not going to mention what type of show it's going to be. About 2 to 2.5 hours after we're done here, which we'll be done here in about 15 minutes or so, I'll be going live from the studio, more than likely by myself. Unless my lady wants to pop on. She'll probably want to pop on, but baby, you can just rest. Seriously, like the shows we do, baby, should be more so in the morning, so you're not overwhelming yourself. I mean, if you want to pop on, you can, but I'm just trying to be respectful to your wishes, baby. I can do the show with or without you, and we're still good. You could be my production manager behind the scenes, or underneath the desk, baby, like we were talking about earlier. Just kidding. Underneath the desk. I mean, I was joking with her, like when I said that, she goes, I'll go underneath the desk anytime you want me to. I'm like, okay. I love you, baby. I respect, like, I can't, I love this woman so much, I can't even, I feel terrible even saying that stupid humor. Wow, what was that? My lady says no comment. Afternoon delight, you can call it. Afternoon, evening, I can't even talk. Afternoon, evening, anytime is all good. My woman is learning this YouTube game. I love my man. Hey, Donnie Shaw Show, how you doing, bro? What's going on, man? Welcome to the show, brother. Donnie Shaw Show, I got to tell you, man, it's been a great day. I feel amazing today. It's been nothing but a positive day. My lady and I have had some incredible things that have just, started to break through for us. And yeah, it's really interesting when one thing goes right in your life, like on any given day, like 5 other right and great things happen, right? It's been just one of those days. I couldn't ask for a better day. And last night I was dreading going to pick up my lady, not because I didn't want to pick her up, because it was just raining and I just didn't want to drive in that weather. But it was worth it. And I told my lady, I said, you know what, baby, I'll move mountains to come rescue you. That's what a man does. That's what we do. That's not being a sissy. That's not white knighting. White knighting is when your woman forces you to do or say ridiculous things that you don't really want to do. Like, I really want to do this for my woman because I really love her, because she deserves to be loved. Right? She's earned and deserves my love. And hopefully I've earned and deserve her love too. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings says, a little rain won't hurt you. Come here where we get ice, LOL. Well, Holly, when people drive like crap in the rain, they can spin out and still cause accidents. It's not as bad as ice. Ice you can slip on any time, even with perfect tires. But when it's pouring hard, it's almost like being on ice. Almost. It's very slippery. You gotta drive slow. So yeah, tonight I'm gonna have a great topic, great show. I won't tell you what it is. You're gonna have to tune in right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. Slippery when wet. There was a song called Slippery When Wet by, what was that group name? I can't remember what that group name was. Yeah, I think Bon Jovi did it too. I think that was the name of their album, wasn't it? That was the name of one of their albums, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Bon Jovi's album. And thank you, love. Of course, baby. What was that? Oh, the Commodores. The Commodores, back in the days when Lionel Richie was one of the lead singers of the Commodores. They had a song called Slippery When Wet. Talking to Holly? Oh yeah, I forgot. You call everybody love, baby. I forgot about that, baby. You're just such an empath and kind soul to all of humanity that you say thanks love to everyone. All calm today. Yeah, well, Donnie Shaw Show, some days, dude, are just incredible days, bro. I mean, every day should be that way, but some days are just 10 steps above others, right? Today is just one of those days. Today's just one of those days. And I can't be more thankful and grateful. I mean, the breakthroughs that my lady and I have had today, and just everything that's happened today between her and I, and how it's going to allow us to help further connect and bond with and help great people out here on YouTube and through our coaching business is just, it just makes me feel incredible, man. It's getting cold. It's probably below 50 now, I'll tell you that. I'm on a roll with the songs tonight. Yes, you are, Travis Tritt. Did you talk to the daughter's fella? No, I explained it before you popped on, but I'll say it again. My lady and I decided that we're just going to let him be. We're not going to, I'm just in a puddle here, just cleaning my brand new shoes. Getting the mud off of them because when I was at my lady's place yesterday, there's a lot of mud around there. That's what puddles are good for, right? Like, let's just do this. Can we even see that? My new shoes a little dirty. I gotta clean the tops off them. Yeah. Yeah, so, I was saying I was just more concerned about how my lady was feeling. When my lady's not feeling good, if anyone messes with my lady, I drop everything and I'll do whatever it takes to make her feel better. This is beautiful. Nice lights. Do you like this view, baby? Or anyone else? No, absolutely. The lights haven't popped on yet everywhere. Well, they popped on in the lot, but not the front part here. They should be popping on soon. I think that red sky was just the way the sun was hitting the mountains or the clouds. Because, yeah, it's starting to go down over there. I like being in the forest like a Sasquatch. Oh, okay. Give me a second here, folks. It's a great day to be alive. Yeah, Travis Tritt, that's a great song, Holly. Oh, the lights just popped on. Just as I was saying, hey, these lights in the front aren't on. They just popped on. That's great. Nice bright LED lights, man. Got 4 in the box. 4 in the box. It's all good. Some people are more interested in listening to whiny men complain on the internet than being here, right? Oh boy. We are 90s country babies, that's right. I'm out in the dark, perched like a raven in the smoke shelter at work. Awesome. You are coming home. Yay. Well, baby, I'm going to get some food first and run a few other errands that you already know of. Excuse me. I'm still a little under the weather, so I got some phlegm. I had some phlegm to get rid of. Well, the sidewalk is actually back to being open. That's a Camaro, probably a 6-speed Camaro. That's where the accidents happen. These young bucks, you know, they just sit there and just, right? Just because you have a fast, fancy car doesn't mean you have to show it off. You know? When I used to have my Mustang, I used to treat that thing like a baby. People would be like, why'd you get a Mustang if you're not going to gun it? Well, you gun it when you're accelerating on the freeway. You can go 0 to 60 or 65 quick, and then you just chill and relax and enjoy the car. Put the rack top down, right? How can the lady see you if you're going 100 miles an hour? Well, that was back then. I'm not a single man anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Like, these people nowadays, they buy these fancy cars to show them off. Then they drive fast. They crash them. And even if they survive the crash, which I hope they do, you know, like, there goes the car. There goes their insurance rates. There goes everything, right? Because people are not proactive. Like, I got to do a stream at some point regarding, you know, taking the proactive approach. I've kind of done one before, but I got to do it again. We got to talk more about being proactive with things. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So, baby, what do you want to eat? You want to message me privately, or? I'm not in the mood to cook tonight. I can grab us something real quick. Anyway, folks, get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We are going to be going off the air in about 5 to 10 minutes. Just going to round the corner and head back to the parking lot. Holly, we could go toe to toe. About Mr. Straight. Oh, George Strait never seen me drive leaving work. Says Donnie Shaw showed. Did you spit live, fella? Yeah, but I put the camera away. I had a hock a loogie, brother. You know what a loogie is? Do people in your neck of the woods, Donnie, understand like U.S. English? Like hawking a loogie? That's like, snot buildup, phlegm, like in your mouth. When you're sick, you gotta spit it out. I'm live on the air. What the hell else can I do? Even if I had tissues on me, like I couldn't get them out because I got gloves on and my sunglasses in one of my pockets. Whoa. I hit that brick on the ground. Almost took me out, but I've got great balance, so corrected my footing. What? No Greek cooking? No, just call it GOZ. Get a handkerchief, lad. Oh, I know what a hanky is. We call them hankies. Yeah, handkerchiefs. It's all good. So, folks, in life, you only get what you put out. Right? I keep saying this. I wanted to make a specific topic on it today. And for some people, it just takes a lot longer to figure out that, hey, you only get what you put out. You only get back what you put out. And, when I was younger, I learned this lesson because in my teens and early to mid-20s, I made a lot of the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And that's what happens to all of us, right? And when you make the same mistakes over and over and over again, you start to see a pattern in your mind, right? You start to see this pattern in your mind. You're like, shit, I keep screwing up the same thing. I'm trying to not screw up, but I keep screwing up the same thing. And then you start to look back at what you did the 3 or 4 times previously that you screwed up doing the same thing. And you're like, why is this happening? Because I'm doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And that, like my lady said earlier, we were talking about the definition of insanity again. She was talking about people being insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and you're not getting it, right? So what's the best way to stop going insane? Is to stop doing the same shit over and over and over again that's not getting you your desired result, right? So true, says Holly. Are you talking about the definition of insanity? I learned this lesson by the time I hit my mid to late 20s, right? And now every time I make a mistake or about to make a mistake, I try to be as proactive as possible. I look back at other times in my life where I encountered a similar situation and how I handled it back then. If I made a mistake, what did I do to correct that mistake? And that way I can make a better decision on how to approach things in the present and the future, right? We got to teach people to be more proactive and less reactive, or not reactive at all, right? Making mistakes is the only way to learn. Big round of applause. Hit the button, baby. I'll have the button out here on mobile. I'll end up by saying this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've done many walking streams where I've talked about this song. Let's talk about John Michael Montgomery, JMM, John Michael Montgomery. Life's a Dance, right? Great song. Life's a dance. You learn as you go. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance. You learn as you go. Okay? Life's a dance. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. See you all in a few hours, 2.5 hours from the studio for another great show. I'm gonna go, baby. I will call you in like 5 or 10 minutes. Let me disassemble and put away my equipment, and I'll call you. And let me turn off Do Not Disturb mode, because when you call me in Do Not Disturb mode, baby, it won't go through. I have that turned off while I'm on the air, so these trolls can't text me or try to call my phone like they used to do it years ago when I first started doing these. They would try to call my phone. All right. Have a good one, folks. See you in a bit. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.